What's up, everybody? This is NealReal, and this is the Father You Didn't Have. Wisdom from an elder about relationships and happiness in life. Like, share, and subscribe. Now let's get right into this topic. Why do relationships have conflict? All right, so let me just define conflict before I give you the 3 reasons. Number 1, conflict is a state of open, often prolonged fighting, a battle, or war. A state of disagreement or disharmony between persons or ideas, a clash. So in this case, we're talking about relationships. So there's a disharmony, there's a clash, there's fighting often, and this is just, it's a continual thing where it keeps popping up. Usually these basically boils down to 2 to 3 things here. Number 1, incompatibility. Now, if you want to know if you're compatible or how to do that, you can listen to my video on compatibility. So check that video out. I give you 10 points on that. But incompatibility, the issue is this: it's like they need somebody. Their basic human needs of affection, emotional support, they're getting that from that person, but the person's ideas and values are different. They may have trauma, they may be toxic, and so they're getting something from the person, and they don't want to give that up because they feel like they won't have their needs met, and so they put up with this person. They keep dealing with this person, and so because they are incompatible, there's conflict. You don't do things the way I do it, or you don't like the things I like, or you disagree with this, or this, there's no harmony because the person is not compatible. All right. But you're hanging on to them because you're trying to get your needs met. You have a scarcity mindset. You think this is the only person in the world, and if you let them go, there would be nobody else to meet your needs as a human being. And that's just not true. But you think that way, and so you keep putting up with the things that don't work for you. The other reason why relationships have conflict is unrealistic expectations. Okay, and you see this a lot on YouTube where they ask a woman what she wants in a man, and she says all this dumb shit like she wants a man 6'3" when she is 5'1". He got to make $300K a year, no kids, but I got 12 kids. And so he's supposed to be a stepfather to my 12 kids. All this goofy, unrealistic stuff. And so in some cases, people will get into relationships with people with these expectations. Now, these are the ones I talked about will usually stop a person from even getting in a relationship. But there are things that people have that they expect from their partner that they never talk to them about. They never mention this stuff to them. It's just in their head that this is what they're supposed to do. And over time, they see that their partner is not doing those things. And so they become upset with them. They say, you don't do this and you don't do that. Why aren't you doing X, Y, and Z? And it's really not something that they're doing wrong. It's simply they expected them to do something that's not realistic. I don't have any unrealistic expectations, so I can't give any personal examples. But one I've heard is this unconditional love. Like, I'm supposed to be loved unconditionally despite my bad behavior. That's an unrealistic expectation. How can somebody admire you when all they have is negative thoughts about you because of your behavior and your attitude? They just can't do it. And so over time, they can't give you the things that you want and need, and you deserve it. Everybody deserves it, but it's hard to give those things out when you are being mean to another human being, when you are being hurtful. Your body and your subconscious says, hey, let me not work with this person. I don't want to be around this person because they disrespect me. They're not showing a lot of value towards me. And so for you to expect them to meet all your needs, even though you're not meeting their needs, is an unrealistic expectation. And therefore, you're going to have conflict because your partner is not giving you what you want, but it's because of your bad behavior. So you have to really put your expectations out there early in the relationship. Okay, you got to talk about, look, what do you expect? What do you see this long-term relationship? What are you looking for? And this is later in the game. You're not trying to have these conversations, first date or whatever. But you got to talk about this stuff. And you'll see some people have some weird expectations that are just not realistic. Like, my husband is never supposed to look at another woman. My wife is supposed to cook for me 7 days a week. That's unrealistic. To be in the kitchen to make something every day? No. You better cut that down to 3 or 4 days. She can't cook every day, especially if she got something else to do on top of that. It may not be realistic. So you have to really think about that and just not have these ideas, because what happens is you start to get resentful and feel like you're being cheated in a relationship because you're not getting what you want. And it's your dumbass expectation. It's unrealistic. You didn't tell them about it, and now you upset because they're not doing it. So, you got to talk about that with your partner. And so the final one is having no expectations or low expectations. You didn't have a standard to begin with. And so you married somebody, or you're in a relationship, a commitment with somebody, you didn't have any standards. See, so the first thing is unrealistic or too high of a standard. Then is you don't have any, you have very low standards or no standards at all. And so it's important to talk about what you expect and to make sure that you're compatible. That's all I can say. And if you have those things fleshed out early in a relationship, you will have little conflict. And that's my take on relationships and conflict. Hopefully that helps you. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for listening to the end. I appreciate you. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can email me at neal@nealreal.com. You can also go to my website, NealReal.com. I encourage you to check out NealReal.com. That's NealReal.com. Or you can email me at neal@nealreal.com. Have a blessed day.